have to do with anything?
Just answer the question.
Denying it will only delay the inevitable, so no point in that. And I'm fairly certain he's not on the Lord's side at least. If he was just trying to win the Lord's favor, I can't imagine the duel would have ended the way it did. I can probably trust him. Yes, I am. And I need the other slaves' help to pull it off.
But the little drone's been sucked all their fights, and you can't get anyone on board.
Why even ask the question if you already know the answer?
Hey now, no need for the lip, kid. I brought it up because I'm trying to tell you I'm in.
You're in? Excuse me? What about anything you've done today will make me think you're in?
Bear with me for a second. Put yourself in the other slave's place.
Yeah, they're flirting.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Some dick they never met before shows up out of the blue saying, I've organized to have all ya set free, and I need your help to do it. You think they're going to buy into it?
Fair enough. But it is true. But it is true that I have people outside.
Don't matter. You could be lying through your teeth and it wouldn't change a damned thing. All that matters is whether they think you're worth getting behind. Ooh la la.
Oh my goodness.
I see your point.
I think Binks has fainted.
Binks, are you okay? Binks screams you're alive.
I'm the widow now.
Yep.
Oh no.
Double widowed.
Incredible. These slaves have been driven into the very depths of despair.
Of course this would happen to the Woolawoo.
Mm-hmm.
They need someone charismatic enough to pull them out of that pit before they can be sparked to take any sort of action.
Too bad it's you.
Before infiltrating, I imagine it would be much simpler. It would seem that was rather naive of me.
That was a whole lot of words to say the same thing I just said.
Fucking Duncan and Franklin. Good fucking job.
Forget your fancy metaphors. It all boils down to this. Do they think you have a chance to pull it off? Yes or no? These people, they don't got the energy to get all philosophical. They go with their gut. And the quickest way to their gut, show them you're strong.
Now I'm starting to understand what the duel was for. The other slaves already know of your prowess. So if I were to fight on the same level as you...
Then they'd be willing to hear you out. Exactly. Whoa there, kid. Why the sigh? You're trying to blow this place down.
You could have easily accomplished that without putting on a damned showing from the Lord and putting my life in danger.
It wasn't just for the other slaves, kid.
What do you mean?
I wanted to make sure you weren't some yellow-bellied pissant. That you're actually capable of doing what you promise. And now that I know you've got a semi-functional spine, I'm willing to help you out with the revolt.
Semi-functional, huh? Well, I'm glad I didn't disappoint you then. Even my performance back there, I couldn't blame you if you deemed me beyond help, beyond hope.
Give yourself a little more credit, kid. Well, I'm pretty sure the stories about my ancestors being gladiators are exaggerated. I did participate in a few death games myself back before I ended up here.
Danganronpa?
Oh dear. He went to high school.
This is the third Byakuya.
Oh my god.
You should consider it a badge of honor that you fought a brute like me and lived to tell the tale.
I was under the impression the church put an end to gladiatorial games.
Alright, it went underground. The rules may change, but not people. Always a market for blood sports. Even to this day. Then, yada yada, I got sold to the Lord, and here I am.
That probably explains what he meant when he said he had given up on religion.
So, what's your story, kid? My money's on some rich aristocrat what's got it in his head he wanted to play hero and stop the big bad lord from being mean to his slaves.
What the hell gave you that idea?
You strike me as more a pretty rich boy than a ruffian is all.
He's calling you pretty.
You got a nice face.
Mm-hmm. A pretty rich boy? I come from the slums. So no, I'm not just some upper class punk playing hero.
That's a fact. Well, color me surprised. You sure don't talk or act like any of the slum boys I know.
That's probably because... Nothing.
And now I'm even more curious. Damn it.
Coffee first.
Café con leche.
Yes. Honestly, it's not that interesting, I promise. Forget I said anything. It's because I want to be able to blend in when I eventually leave the slums. But he doesn't need to know that. I only just met him.
Whatever you say, then. That case, how about we do some proper introductions, huh?
To know each other.
Name's Gratian, which ya should already know. Nice meeting you, kid.
Jacopo. Is he smiling?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm very glad to have your support, Gratian.
Don't mention it.
Is this Fire Emblem?
I've been wanting to make the scumbags eat dirt myself, and this is the perfect chance. Alright, one more thing I want to ask.
Yes, I'm free after this.
Perfect!
What?
How old are you? Good question.
Oh my.
I'll ask the important questions. Excuse me? Is that relevant to anything? Jacobo, please get a hint.
Jeez, kids, someone really needs to teach you how to shut up and answer a simple question. I'm not like you. I care about age.
Oh my.
Wow. I'm 19.
Oh, thank God. I'm 20.
Why is he so happy?
He wants to date him.
He wants him.
Now I don't have to feel like an ass for calling you twink. I mean kid.
I'm only a year younger. That hardly makes me a kid.
A year's a long time, kid.
Sure is.
Now that I've got that off my shoulders, I can put on into helping with your revolt.
I'm starting to wonder if I even want this guy's help. Yes, you do.
He wants to date him.
Yes, also that. Once I had Gratian on board, it was remarkable how quick the rest of the slaves were to join in.
They were
They
like,
knew
a strong man.
They were like, we ship this.
Yeah.
exactly. They knew him, and they respected him, and that respect went a long way toward improving my own standing. As far as they were concerned, I had fought Gratian and managed to hold my own. And the big man was right. It wasn't a clever plan or a moving speech these people needed to put the light back in their eyes. It was a show of strength. Over the next few days, as Barnier and his guests indulged themselves, word of the plan quietly spread beneath the surface. I started to see signs of life for the first time since I had arrived. The majority of the slaves were emaciated and weak. There was a good possibility the guards would kill many of them. But still, I urge on any who hesitated by saying, if you choose to stay, you're guaranteed to be killed eventually. It was true, to be sure, but in essence, I was threatening them, help or be left behind to die. And that was enough to convince them to grab onto the thread of hope I was offering, however frail it may be. We chose the 13th day of the banquet to commence the revolt. Waiting until almost the end of the party's usual 2-week duration gave us a slight tactical advantage. Naturally, Barnier's guests did not attend without their own protection. But after being made to watch over almost 2 weeks of debauchery, the guards will start getting exhausted. They will stop caring. And that was exactly what we needed.
Hey there, Jacopo. Everything's good to go on my end. We can give Lord Asa what's coming whenever you're ready.
Thank you. I appreciate all your help.
Whoa there, kid. Save the thanks for after we get out of here with our heads still attached. Dinner would be nice.
I agree. Ha, fair enough. Then how about this? If we both survive, I'll take you to the best pub in this lot.
This is writing itself.
They're not even trying to hide this.
Well, you know, I mean, like, the main game had at least, like, I think 4 queer characters, so who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
As long as they're pretty ladies, count me in. And they dash our hopes like that.
Well, you could put Hakopo in a dress and I think he'd be fine.
There's one I can introduce you to. If you don't mind your girls headstrong and with a little bit of bite.
Okay, I could ship that though.
Tough and pretty. Now that I can get behind. I've spent so long surrounded by all these half-dead drones that I could sure stand for some good-natured abuse right about now.
Oh my god. Good.
Good nature might be a bit of a stretch. Rub her the wrong way and you'll find yourself short a pair of jewels.
Think I'll pass that one then.
Boy.
I don't care how much of a looker she is. I ain't ready for her to be my last. How about this then? I tell you what I'm looking for, and you'll have someone picked out for me by the time this is all over. Flexible on the looks, but slender and short are a must. Meaty girls ain't really my type. He's looking for you, Moon.
I'm going to crawl under the desk and hide.
Blonde hair and blue eyes are a plus, but it ain't a deal breaker.
He might be looking for you, Coco.
Blonde hair and blue eyes.
No. He just said tiny. He said they're a plus for the hair and eyes, but it's not a deal breaker. So he might be looking for you.
And I like him with a bit,
Slow down there. You've got your head way too far in the clouds if you think you're going to find your ideal wife at a brothel in the slums.
Hey now, how do you expect me to give this my all without something to look forward to on the other side?
I suppose it is a dozen motivator.
See? You get me then. Brown eyes, brown hair is good too.
Now, on to business. You ready to do this?
I've been ready, kid. Just waiting for the word.
That's about as good an answer as I could have hoped for. Before we begin, I want to go over the plan one last time. After you've secured weapons from the armory, you take command of the other slaves and go open the gates. While you're doing that, I'll signal to my people outside, then cause a diversion. As long as we don't make too much noise, the Lord and the other nobles shouldn't realize anything is amiss until we're on top of them. As soon as the gates are open, you head for the Great Hall where we'll rendezvous. We crash the party, and while the Lord and his friends are distracted, my people will lead the slaves to safety. Hello?
Coco?
Whoops. And then we scrape up all the shiny things we can carry and get our high asses the hell out of there.
Right. Can't forget the valuables. I like that smirk on him.
Yeah. Huzzah! I'm getting all sorts of fired up. Don't you trip and fall on some god's sword before we even get to start our fun, you hear?
Same to you. Well then, let's get going. May fate be on our side.
Damn right.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You're not supposed to be here. Get back to... Ah! Stay back! Don't make me kill you! Wait, stop!
Wrecked.
Absolutely destroyed. You're up. Come on and draw your bloody cards already.
Don't rush at me, I'm thinking.
On with it. It's almost lunch.
If I hold this and throw away these, then I could...
Christ. You hear that? Sounds like something's happening downstairs.
No.
Quit trying to distract me. I ain't let you run up with a pot like last time.
No, I'm serious. Something's going on down there.
It's probably just a slave getting beat. How you're not used to that by now?
I don't know. Something feels off to me. I'm gonna go check it out. Don't even think about messing with the cards while I'm gone.
I won't. Hurry back. Ain't no bonus for giving a Ratsaurus, so beats me why he's so eager about. God, I wish I could have gotten hired at a place that paid a little better. Am I seeing things? I swear I just saw something move. You, on the wall! Get down from there! What do you think you're doing? You're not supposed to... Ugh.
Me, here. Put the knife away before I...
What the heck?
Sprite just dropped in.
Ha! You're up here playing cards, and you have the nerve to call yourself a guard? I expected resistance to the light, but not this bad. I should take care of this and get out of here before the other one returns. It's amazing how much better a knife feels in my hands than a sword. So much easier to handle. Though it's not much help if they manage to draw on me first. Maybe I'll ask Requiem to teach me how to use a sword if we both make it out through the day. I hate the idea of giving him any more reason to claim superiority over me, but I can't think of anyone better than him. Keeping an eye on my surroundings, I climb up onto the watchtower. I could hear shouting in the distance. It seemed Requiem was doing his job. I pulled a brightly colored cloth from my pocket and affixed it to the highest point in the tower. As it began flapping in the wind, I turned my attention toward a hill in the distance. A group of tiny dots emerged from behind a rock formation, heading this way. I let out a sigh of relief. Next up, time to make some noise.
But backup! We need backup! The slaves! They're revolting!
Revolting? Are you serious? What do you think you're carrying that damned sword for? You shouldn't need backup, just put them down!
Yes, but there's too many of them, and they're not messing around either. They're stampeding right through us. They don't care how many of them die. And one of them's particularly a giant.
Oh, quit pissing yourselves over a bunch of damned slaves. Who cares how big one of them is? They're not armed, just... Bee?
Not the
Behind
bees!
you!
Not the bees! Huh? Sorry to disappoint you, but we are armed. Maybe you should consider posting another couple guards in front of your armory.
Ah! There he is! There he is! There he is!
Come on, little man, let's see what you got.
Ah!
You're no fun! Anywho, get these gates open, boys.
Yeah!
Ooh, I take those are Jakob's people. Kid actually did his job instead of booking it the hell out of here. Good on him. Of course, that's exactly what I was gonna do if I didn't see his people when we opened the gate. Guess he actually is good for his word. Which means I'm sticking through to the very end.
Haha, gay.
Hey, take out as many of those bastards as you can on your way in, and be thorough. We want a clean escape, and we don't want to give him a chance to surround us.
The sprite with his teeth out, I don't like it.
Keep at it. Don't let him get organized. If we fuck up this ass pipe, it's the gallows for all of us. If you need a weapon, grab a rock, a vase, a fucking decapitated head. Anything you can find.
Requiem, how are things progressing?
Smooth as a baby's behind. Your reinforcements here making good work of the guards and getting as many slaves out as they can.
glad to hear it. Then let's head down to the Great Hall.
Hi, let's. I'd like nothing more than to rip the Lord's head right off his shoulders.
The point is not to kill the Lord. It's to deal just enough of a blow that he can stop throwing so many damn banquets. For now, anyway.
And what if I trip and my sword just happens to run him through?
I'd rather you didn't, if at all possible. But whatever happens, happens.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we weren't supposed to kill the bad guy. I'm confused.
Yeah, same. Is it just me, or is it unnaturally noisy in there? Did some of the others beat us to it, maybe?
Far as I know, we're the first ones here.
Well, I guess we'll find out. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! Cows ran over the manor. But the cows in the hall where the Lord held his banquet was of a slightly different flavor. A buzz filled the room. Nobleman and woman murmured, shuffling backwards, putting distance between each other, tossing goblets to the ground. As Gratien had suspected, we were the first ones there. So why was everyone so tense? Whatever the cause of the disturbance, it seemed it was at least partially to thank for things proceeding so smoothly. The question is, what is happening here? Out of the corner of my eye, I caught sight of the Lord. He stumped over toward the far end of the hall. Sitting atop the makeshift altar was the same young girl I had seen a week prior. For a brief moment, relief came over me at the knowledge she was still alive. But that relief quickly morphed into dread.
You.
He unlocked the shackles binding the girl. Too weak to hold herself up, she fell forward into a slump, her long, burgundy hair fanning out around her limp body. And then...
You're a damned witch wearing a saint's skin!
The Lord raised his sword high above his head. Gratien, I'll be borrowing that!
What? Hey, you little son of a... What?
I hurled Gratien's longsword for the Lord, knocking his blade from his hands. The two swords rattled to the ground. I tossed my gaze to the girl for a split second. She was very clearly out of it, but she seemed to be breathing. Finally realizing a pair of slaves had just burst in on them, the nobles panic swelled, and one of them started shouting for the guards.
Well, fuck me sideways. There goes any chance we had as a surprise attack. Damn it all. And we had the perfect distraction too. Ah, to hell with it. Get in here, boys. Yeah! Ha, wait a sec. Need my sword first.
The next second, the room was enveloped in a cacophony of shouting and screaming and clanging. Most of the nobles carried swords, but very few actually seemed to have any idea how to use them, the majority scrambling for the back exit.
You insolent worm! Who do you think I am? To threaten your lord is to slight God.
Ever the cocky bastard I see. Tell me, do you have any idea what's happening right now?
Silence, cur! You will regret ever defying me.
Nothing more original, you third-rate fairy tale villain. I was the one who had said the Lord's death was not part of the plan. Yet there he was, going straight for him. Gratian was absolutely right. The Lord had been distracted with the girl when we arrived, but I had thrown that advantage away. I had seen God knows how many slaves killed in hardly 2 weeks' time. Adding another body to the pile shouldn't have fazed me one bit. Logically, there was no reason for me to care. But I couldn't just leave her. And of course, now that I picked a fight with the Lord, I had no choice but to follow through to the very end. I dashed for the Lord, scooping up one of the dropped swords and swinging it down on him. But my blade cut through nothing but air. I had assumed he would be a pushover, another noble obsessed with money and power and helpless to defend himself. So there was no hiding the look of shock on my face. Damn, he can move! Barnier slid out of range, sweeping the remaining sword off the ground and whipping it through the air with practiced grace.
Perhaps you should save the snide yapping for when you have the skill to back it up. Insignificant cur.
We'll see if you still feel the same way when I'm through with you. I closed the gap. We clashed. He swung. I parried. Steel and steel ripped through hot air, carving ephemeral silver arcs in empty space. Our blades locked.
What are you hoping to accomplish with this revolt? What's your endgame?
My endgame. To get out of this hellhole and be free from slavery once and for all.
I have my doubts about whether you ever were a slave at all. But no matter. Why attack me? What do you care about the girl? What do you have to gain from saving her?
He's right. I have nothing to gain from rescuing the girl. All I've accomplished is making this whole process needlessly messy. That said, do I need to have something to gain? Are you saying I should just sit back and watch as you murder an innocent little girl? I was angry, and I thought I'd do something about it. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that really so hard to understand?
Nothing more than a childish hero complex. Just the answer I would expect from a foolish little boy with his head in the clouds.
Excuse me.
You're a puny worm, powerless to truly save anyone. You merely want to help the girl so you can pat yourself on the back and pretend you did a good deed. You simply want an excuse to be proud of your worthless self. Look at her. The girl is hardly even breathing. She'll be dead soon enough with or without my help.
Who do you think is to blame for that? You don't have any right to judge the value of her life.
My role in this is irrelevant. Was saving a dead girl part of the plan? It wasn't, was it? You diverged from the script to rescue a girl whose life is of no worth to you whatsoever. All so you could momentarily feel good about yourself. That misstep will be the downfall of you, worm.
Not.
I'll put you back in the ground where you belong.
Not a chance. God damn. For a flamboyantly dressed asshole, he sure can fight. There's not nearly as much force behind his swing as Gratian's, but he's quick. I can barely keep up, let alone react.
I hope you enjoy eternity in hell. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on your little lapse in judgment.
Damn it! I can't let this bastard kill me when we're so close to succeeding. I need to keep my cool. Yes, he's got me beating agility. But Gratian's a much more skilled swordsman than him. I can handle this.
Sheer determination can only mask a lack of skill for so long, boy. Look at yourself. You're out of breath. The sword you're flailing around is getting heavier and heavier.
Shut your mouth. Damn it! I've hardly been broken a sweat. I will. I swear to God, I will have your head. Almost.
Go, Moon.
Oh, sorry. I was catching my stuff back up because somebody came over and talked to me. Lord Barnier! Lord Barnier, your escape has been secured, my lord.
It seems our fun is over. Be grateful you're still breathing, Kerr.
Hey, wait! We're not done yet. Get back here, goddamn you! I made to go after him, but in an instant a wall of guards had formed between us. Traces of fear were visible in most of their eyes. Even exhausted as I was, I could have probably made it through. But before I could so much as consider attempting to give chase, I caught a glimpse of the girl, limp and covered in gashes, causing me to come back to my senses. What's gotten into me? There's no point in going after him. The slaves have been freed and his valuables plundered. The plan was a huge success. What I should be concerned with now is getting myself out of here. I need to stay focused. I took a moment to survey the hall, reevaluate the situation. Things had progressed somewhat since I had got it in my head to go after the Lord. Many of the slaves were gone, and the guards were beginning to mobilize. They were better equipped, trained, and more fit than us. And we were, for the most part, fueled entirely by determination and righteous anger, which will only go so far in direct combat. Gratian was probably the only one on our side with any sort of real training. One man was not enough to win this fight, especially now that our main advantage, surprise, was exhausted.
Hey, Jacopo, if you're all finished with your business, I'd really like to get the hell out of here. I may be a badass, but I ain't a god.
You sure about that?
Eh.
Right, yeah, sorry for the hold-up. Before regrouping with Gratian, I knelt before the girl. Hello, can you stand? Hello, can you hear me? I gently shook the girl by the shoulder, and the only response I got was a limp wag of her head. It was clear she was in no condition to walk. I guess I'll have to carry her, I thought, and made to pick her up. When I saw her face and gasped, dear God, it was horrific. Unsettling marks covered the young girl's face. Primal repulsion was my first reaction, and shortly thereafter came overwhelming pity. I obviously had no way of knowing what kind of life the girl had led, but something told me it was far worse than any of the countless children who grew up in the slums, struggling day after day.
Hey, get moving, I ain't waiting around.
I'm coming. I grabbed the girl's arm, wrapping them around my neck from behind, and climbed onto my feet. I could feel her breath, faint though it was, on my ear. You hang in there. And then I broke into a dash, leaving the fading panic of the great hall behind.
So bright. Light. Am I in heaven?
God damn, she's surprisingly heavy for how little meat she has on her.
Weak.
What you think? She'd get lighter the harder you ran or something. Just ditch the stupid kid. She ain't long for this world anyway.
Hell no. I'm not going to let all that effort facing up against the Lord go to waste.
You're one stubborn son of a bitch, you know that.
This is not heaven. Who are these people? Where am I going? I don't have the strength to think right now.
Hey. Hey. Don't you go dying on me back there. Please, I'm begging you.
I'm so sleepy. Sleep, that sounds wonderful. How nice it would be to fall asleep on such a warm back.
A Requiem for Innocence, Part 1, Tales of a Distant Past.
That's intense.
Mm-hmm.
My brain hurts.
I just need to take a moment to drink in that music.
Mm.
We're probably safe here for the time being. So, what's next?
First, I need to take her somewhere she can get some rest.
Gah, you got nothing in that head of yours except that half-dead girl, do you, kid?
Are you jealous?
Yes. What, you fall for her or something? Is that what gets your rocks off? There's a reason I asked about age. Can you only get it up for the ugliest thing in the city? Not to mention, she can't be older than 10. I like to think of myself as open-minded, but that squicks me, man.
Hold on. What? Excuse me? What time period are we in? And he used the word squick?
Yeah, that was a little anachronistic.
But
you know what? Like, he feels it so deeply that he found the perfect word to encapsulate his feelings.
He was the inventor of Squick.
Yeah, he's the inventor.
Holy crap.
I can't believe it. No, God no. Absolutely not. I'm merely concerned for her well-being.
Marco, squick is a way of describing something that, like, deeply disturbs or grosses you out. Like, it's not... It's a good word to mean not triggering, but still disturbing and disgusting to you.
Yeah, and something you avoid, but, like, don't go after people about. That's one of the things that's supposed to be part of, like, the thing. It's like, you're not, like, actively being like, hey, I'm gonna yell at all the people who write about this. I'm just going to avoid this because I'm supposed to be an adult about my reading situation and stuff.
Yeah. Right, of course you are. Well, everyone's got their kinks. Not really a kink,
leg,
but...
Yeah.
I swear to God.
What I'm wanting to know is, what are you planning to do with all those slaves you just freed?
Oh, he's gonna let them become hobos.
They can't just stay here.
not even a chance to defend myself. Right. My people are taking care of that. They made arrangements with several slave traders who have agreed to transport them to other cities. After that, who knows?
So yeah, set them free and then just abandon them.
Obviously. I'm not some rich kid playing hero. I gave who knows how many people the opportunity to change their lives. I think I did damn good work if you ask me.
Fair enough. Can't expect you to give them the world. Setting the slaves free wasn't even the main objective.
You're more perceptive than you look.
Damn straight. Anywho, I'm planning to stick around for a bit. You still owe me that night with a pretty lady.
In that case, you should head down to the pub. You'll probably find some of my people there. The ones who weren't injured, at least.
Aye aye.
As much as I'd like to take her to a real doctor, I probably do best not to show my face in the city proper so soon after making a mess of the Lord's manor. If one of his guards were to spot me, it would probably not end well. Which means she is my only hope.
Go for it, Moon.
Hmm?
Go for it, Moon.
Okay. It's still afternoon. We're not open until evening.
It's me, Maria. Let me in.
Jacopo,
Humana, humana, humana.
you're alive? You have any idea how worried I was? I mean, fucking hell, I haven't slept in 2 weeks.
I'd bet my life that I just woke you.
Oh, shove it. It's the sentiment that counts. Anyway, I'm glad you're... Oh, wait, what in the hell is on your back? A corpse?
She will be one soon if we don't do something. But for the time being, she's still alive.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop. Stop right there. I have about 1,000 things I want to say right now, but let's start with this. What exactly are you planning to do with her here? I mean, she looks like she got mauled by a fucking lion.
I love her. I need to stay low for a while. I can't risk showing my face in the city, so I was wondering if you will mind letting her stay here for a while.
Excuse me? Let her stay here?
And if you could look after her while she's here, I will appreciate it.
No. Stop. Time out. I'm not doing anything without an explanation. First of all, who is she? And what the hell happened to her?
The Lord was torturing her. I rescued her during the revolt.
Okay, keep going.
That's all there is to it.
That's a pretty pathetic explanation.
I'm telling you, that's all there is to it. What more do you want from me?
So you're telling me you infiltrated the Lord's manor to swipe a half-dead little girl you'd never even met before? You couldn't have gone for, oh, I don't know, something worth actual money? She's just skin and bones, and God knows if those wounds will ever heal. Though if she's pretty enough, we might be able to put her to work, I guess. Let me get a quick look at... Ugh, I have no words. I just can't.
Please, Maria. The longer we stand here, the closer she gets to death.
But once she recovers, if she even does, what then? How does she pay for her food? Because she sure as shit ain't working here. I'm not sure there's much work she can even do. We're a business, not a charity. If I'm gonna be putting my time and money into looking after her, I need something in return. And she doesn't look like she'll be able to offer much of anything.
I can offer some financial assistance. We plundered a decent amount of valuables from the Lord's treasury. Even after we divide everything up, my share should be enough to support her for some time.
I don't get it. Why do you care so much?
What, do you expect me to just leave her to die? I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that I could have done something to prevent it. I swear to God, does anyone have a damned heart? Because everyone sure seems hell-bent on letting her die.
But, whoa, relax, chill. You've lived here long enough, Hokopo. You should know as well as anyone that morals and good intentions aren't enough to help anyone.
I don't care, I want to help her. She can't be any older than 10. And her face could very well still heal. I couldn't stand to see her life end like this. Abused and tortured by a madman. It's downright cruel. She deserves better. She
That's the
deserves to know
tagline of the game.
She deserves better. She deserves to know the worst, not all hell and misery.
Oh, fine. Fine. You win. I surrender. I know better than anyone there's no changing your mind once you're set on something. God, you can be so hot-headed sometimes.
So will you help?
Well, it's not like anyone else is going to. Now, whether she makes it or not is a question of how much that scrawny body of hers is determined to hold on. So what are you waiting for? Bring her on in.
Thank you, Maria. I really appreciate it.
Blech. Cut it out with the mushy crap. You're gonna make me spew. Please just stick to your usual snippy bitch act. I'm gonna get a bath going. Give me a hand. She should be able to get some rest here. Hardly anyone comes back here, even during business hours. I have to say, though, even cleaned up, she's a damn mess. People say the Lord's a twisted bastard, but this is way worse than I imagined. Who would do this to such a young girl? Oh, and for the record, I checked and she is still, you know. Good to know the Lord's not that fucked up, I guess. Thank goodness for small blessings. How would you check that? It's not a thing.
Yep.
Not that preserving that's a whole lot of comfort compared to what he did do.
Maria, show a little common decency, would you?
Telling a whore to be decent is like telling a cat to bark.
What is that barking, goddammit? Why do you even think I need to know whether she's chaste or not?
I checked, so I figured I'd mention it.
Keep it to yourself.
You know, for someone who spends so much time in a whorehouse, you sure are easily embarrassed.
Huh? What was that?
Oh, nothing.
And besides, the only reason I'm here so much is to help out with the business side of things, not to make use of the facilities.
So you did hear me.
Hey, Maria.
Oh, is she coming too? Hey there, how you feeling? Can you see me? I got some warm water here if you're up to drinking anything. Still too weak to move on your own, it looks like. That's alright. Hang on. I'll go grab it and help you out. Oh, Lord.
Sounds like she just said something.
Of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies. Huh? Enemies? All them that afflict my soul. Hello? You okay in there? For I am thy servant. Oh, Lord.
It's okay. He's not here. We escaped. He can't hurt you anymore.
Of thy mercy,
It's okay.
destroy all of them. Hey, Hakopo, not to be indecent, but I think she might be, beyond repair, and not just physically.
No need to jump to conclusions. She could simply be disoriented. You're safe. There are no enemies here. No need to be afraid. You'll be feeling better in no time. You just need some rest. The human body is incredibly adept at repairing itself. I'll have some ointment for you soon too.
Yo, what? Ointment? How are you expecting to pay for...
Don't interrupt me, Maria.
Christ.
Just hang in there a little longer. You'll be all better before you know it. If there's anything you need or want, don't hesitate to ask. I'll get you anything within reason. I guess it'll still be a bit before you can talk much, huh? Maria, I need to drop by the pub for a bit. I'll get some ointment on my way.
Butterfly. Butterfly brooch. Gone. Butterfly brooch? What's she talking about? Is she seeing things or something?
Perhaps. Or maybe the Lord took it from her.
My treasure.
Alright, I'll see if I can find it while I'm out. If it's something the Lord took from you, there's a chance it might be in the stuff we looted from his manor. I'll be back later today. You get some rest, okay? Look after her while I'm gone, would you, Maria?
I already agreed, so it's not like I can say no. Just remember, I've got work to do, so I can't be with her every waking moment.
A room, a warm blanket, and you checking in on her every once in a while is more than enough. Thank you. Anyway, I'll be back.
Ciao! Hey, Hakopo?
Yeah?
Don't get in over your head, okay?
I won't.
Famous last words?
And you know, I think since this is a scene change, I think this is a good place to go ahead and end things. I'm so glad that we're getting started on this. But thank you everyone who came on by. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your chat. It's been great having you all with us all these times. If you're interested in what we do, if you're like a newcomer who just happened to come on by, we have our YouTube there. We'll announce it in the server as well as our Twitter, what we're going to do in terms of scheduling, since these are a bunch of new games that we'll be adding to our roster. If you're not part of the Discord server and you would like to be, there is a link. But yeah, keep on the lookout. We'll be continuing all the games we have. We just need to figure out a schedule that fits everyone's. But take care, all. Have a good day or night.
Bye bye. Thank you all for coming. We love you guys.